Welcome to the long-anticipated 4th episode of our podcast.
The Grumble Gamers podcast.
It's time for halftime.
It's the official podcast. I'm Crazed.
And I'm Witchley.
And I tooted my own horn because I said the next episode would be a Resident Evil spoiler cast.
Well, you know what? Thanks, Jay.
I said that a lot.
Well, maybe we could have Ben Legend on for the spoiler.
I would definitely love to do some more spoiler cast stuff. I mean, we haven't even touched one yet.
No, we have not. We
it would be great.
A long siesta.
Yeah, we haven't done a podcast in, God, when's the last time we did it? Like March? April?
No. Yeah.
No, I know. It was before.
It was in May.
Yeah, right? It would be in May. Okay, so it has been a couple months. Yeah, we apologize, guys. It's been an interesting development into the summer for us.
It's been crazy and very busy. So.
Crazy and very busy. Crazy for you, and busy because you've had a lot of work coming on with your business, with your Fizzing Witch. A lot of people are buying stuff.
Yeah.
Not really crazy in my end with work, but my day job. But it was, we took kind of a little break, even though it looked like we never did.
Yeah.
Because we recorded a lot of shit, and it's just been published throughout, like, months now, at this point.
Yeah, we had a nice backlog going.
We had a good backlog. And now we're kind of coming back into it. We took some time off with streaming, and we will be coming back to that shortly. We are going to be readjusting our schedule
to fit a more busy schedule that I have.
Yeah, so, I'm trying to appease, we're trying to meet, a middle ground here with what we're doing together, instead of, it gets daunting.
It does get daunting.
And, sometimes people get burned out.
Indeed.
I was getting to that point. You were already there.
I was there for months.
But you just kept it up. You just kept that
Don't need to go down that rabbit hole. God.
But I just want to say it was nice taking a nice little break. It was nice. It was really, really nice. So we're back. Gonna be doing some more podcasts, that's for sure. And I think what a fitting way to start the podcast back up is to talk about 2021. The year? Half of the year. Okay. Like, we're going to talk about
That's why I called it halftime.
That's the episode of the title, yes. That's what we're going to call it.
The title of the episode or the episode of the title?
Both. But we're going to be talking about the games that we played that came out this year in 2021. That we played on the channel together. Now, these are just games that it did release. This year.
Far, yes.
Yes, this year. There are games we have been playing on the channel this year that have been out for years. Or, we're just trying to, now we're playing them again. Or they came out last year and they kind of bled into 2021. For instance, Haven.
Yes.
That's one, because we stretched that too thin.
Indeed.
But how about we start? I'll let you go with the first one. And we'll go down in the order. I wrote these down from the date they came out.
So you want me to go in order from the date?
The date, yes.
Okay.
I wrote it wrong.
Okay. First off, we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game complete edition, which came out January 14th this year.
Yeah, I don't remember when we played it, but it was close to that date.
Yes.
Because I was really excited for Scott Pilgrim.
Because we hadn't been living in our current place for that long yet.
No, yeah, we just moved in. Didn't even have everything set up yet. I think we were still working on how we were going to record and how we would start doing stuff streaming wise, because we started doing streaming at the very end of 2020 a lot more at our old place, but then we were moving. So yeah, so Scott Pilgrim was one of the ones we started doing streaming on. We streamed it, yeah. I think we streamed it, yeah. We never finished it, even though I've played the game. It's a 10-year-old game.
Like, what, connection issues and whatnot.
Yeah, we were trying to play with other members on the channel at the time. Yeah. We were trying to play with Ben.
Yeah.
And I think we were trying to play with Mouse. So yeah, we were trying to get like a 4-man team going online. Because it's really fun playing the beat 'em up. That was like one of my favorite beat 'em ups. To be fair, it is sort of a remaster. Because it is just ported over from PS3 and Xbox 360 over to PS4 and Xbox One. And, now newer gens. But, yeah, so that was really fun to play. It's a really nice beat 'em up. I enjoyed it. It came out at the same time as the video game, or sorry, the movie. It came out at the same time as the movie.
When did the movie come out?
10 years ago, over 10 years ago now.
Oh, you don't know the year.
2011.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to look. I'm sorry. I should have wrote more information down. Damn it. But yeah, it's really fun. What did you think of the game when you played it?
Oh, I thought it was fun. I'm terrible at it, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you played as Ramona.
Yeah.
And I played as Scott.
Mm.
And then everyone else was playing Scots. Everyone was almost Scott at the end. But yeah, it's really fun. It's a really nice beat 'em up. It's like one of those games that it's like vice versa, where you have an amazing game that came out with a movie,
yeah,
as vice versa from an amazing movie that came out with a terrible game adaptation.
Oh yeah,
because those are the one things I hate the most. Where back in the early 2000s, everyone was like, "Oh, we have to make a video game with the movie. It will sell more copies and get more people out there to play, watch the movie." And the movie's usually great. But then the video game sucks ass.
But you do have to admit that the Return of the King video game, possibly one of the best video games from a movie adaptation.
There are some exceptions to the rule, yes.
There's
not a lot of them. Which is why it's great that Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, is a great adaptation with an amazing movie. That was the movie I confessed my love for you.
Yeah, do you want to tell everybody how?
Yeah, so I brought, we were early into dating.
Yes.
This was in our first year. Almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
5 years! But I brought it over. I think I surprised you. I came over and I was like, hey, I got a movie, and I literally bought the movie that day at Best Buy or something, because I was like, you know what, I don't own this, I want to, and they only have one copy left at Best Buy, so I'm like, it's Kismet, So I rush over to your place,
which is an hour away.
So I was breaking some driving rules.
No, he wasn't.
I do remember that day. I took a detour. To get to your house, because I was I think I went through up Black Forest, where you live up in we live in Colorado, so I'm not trying to say where we live exactly, but I went through a different route than I usually go to.
Yeah,
and it was taking me off road on a dirt road, so I am going the back roads.
Is that the first time you've ever driven on a dirt road?
Oh no, I've driven on a dirt road, but okay. I just wasn't expecting a dirt road getting to you. I literally went through the road that's before you turn, the road right here?
Oh yeah.
I know I'm pointing and no one's understanding what I mean.
You may need to cut this out, but
but there is a road that's right beside your house.
Yeah.
I came from that direction.
Okay.
I came from south. I came south, yeah. As I supposedly go through on the east side. So no one's going to understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it led me straight back over here, but on dirt roads.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was kind of cool, but I would never do that again. But then yeah, I came. You were surprised because I don't think I told you I was coming.
Yeah.
So you were like, "Whoa, what?"
And also, I was getting ready for a Christmas party that day.
So this was just premature.
So premature.
Why is he here? Did you find it flattering?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, okay. And then I was like, I have a movie we need to watch. And we watched it. And it gets to the scene in the movie where he says, you need to break out the L word. Lesbians? He's like, no, the other outlaw word, lesbians. And so I think at that moment, I think I either paused the film or kept going, and I just...
No, you waited to the point where he was telling Ramona.
Oh, yes. I thought it was the...
No.
You gotta break out the L word scene. Never mind. But yeah, so when he says, like, I'm in lesbians with you, I think that's when I paused it, and I looked at you, and I'm like, I'm in lesbians with you. And you were like, I'm in lesbians with you, too. And then we kissed. And
it was so romantic.
It was Kismet. But, yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. Great beat 'em up. Great movie.
Yes.
I really want to rewatch that movie again.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we were kind of treading too much on that one. But you know what? That's great game. Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed it.
We'll might need to see it to the end at some point. I mean, it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the graphic novels are amazing, too.
That's what I hear.
I need to get them. All right, next one. I will say it.
Okay.
It came out in January 20th.
On January 20th.
2021. Hitman 3.
Yes.
We only played a little bit of the game, but it was really fun playing that one with you.
Yeah, that was fun. But like during the stream, like whoever may have watched it, like you could see me. I started off normal, but I just started getting sick through it.
Was it during the murder mystery mission that we played, or was it the?
Maybe.
I think it was that one because we did it twice. We played 2 streams on that.
I don't remember which one I got sick in, but all I remember was that we were playing Hitman and we had just had salmon for dinner.
Was it the banana stuff that we did, or was it the?
I don't remember.
Okay. I remember you were sick. I just don't remember which stream.
I felt like it went downhill really fast in it. And no, I got very quiet. And now when I think of Hitman, I think of salmon. Carry on.
Well, does it leave a bad taste in your mouth? No pun intended.
No, like next time we play this, I want to feel good.
It's a really fun game, and I really want to go back and doing it again because it was just so fun playing. The murder mystery episode mission, which was called I think like the Darthmount Mansion or something, or Darthmore. That was really fun. Like the fact of like you can go into there and you can like disguise yourself as a private detective, and you can kind of solve this whodunit situation of who murdered, or is this murder, or is it just a suicide, or something like that. And you can go about it any way you want. You can accuse almost anyone. It's so great. That was the highlight, is playing that one immediately.
Oh yeah.
But there's plenty other missions. We've only done I think 2 or 3 of them, out of 5 or something. And then what's nice is that, and I've played all the other Hitmans. I know you haven't.
No, but I've seen some like from other YouTubers.
Yeah, and what's nice is that if you put down some more money on the game, you can actually like transfer Hitman 2 and Hitman 1's content over to Hitman 3.
Oh, wow.
And you can play it all together in like one disc, or like one game. So it's kind of like it was like its own live service thing where like you could still carry over all of your stuff and play it all on there. So that way you have like over like 25 missions to play and stuff like that, which I think was really cool. And that one was a really fun game just to play just for funs, even if it was a one-off episode, but we did a couple of them. They were really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Hitman 3. I love it. I know they keep adding more DLC. The developers, by the way, I want to point out, is I wouldn't say retiring Hitman, but they're kind of taking a break because they got the rights to do James Bond next.
Oh,
which I'm
exciting.
Which I'm like, it's perfect.
That is perfect.
Like it's like the perfect mesh of like a franchise with the developers of the Hitman franchise. I'm like, it's just like
Kismet.
It's Kismet. That's what we need to call this one, Kismet time.
Halftime Kismet.
All right, I'm changing it now.
Okay.
All right, next one. Let's go.
Okay, so on January 21st, the day after Hitman 3 came out. Like, was it all consoles? No, it's just Nintendo, right?
Well, say what it is first, and then we'll explain.
I just wanted to say that Sally Face at least came to one console.
Yeah, so to be fair, we did not play Sally Face in January.
Yeah, no.
I think we played it months later.
Yes.
I think it was starting around May or June.
Well, I don't remember, but like, while I was, I had the day off one day and I decided to work on our house. And I realized that I didn't watch the last episode of Sally Face that came out, like, what, a year ago now?
It actually came out in December, right before January. Like, so it came out in 2020.
Okay, so yeah, it's that 2020. Okay, wow. So I wasn't too far off it, but I realized I didn't watch it yet, and I wanted to see how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched that all day long as I worked, and then I realized I gotta show Craze some of this. Maybe he would enjoy this game. So
now you knew what the whole game was.
I knew everything that would happen, or at least, all the jaw-dropping moments.
Yeah, you did, and so I only saw the first chapter with you. Like, I watched it.
That's how we got him into Sally Face.
And then immediately I was like, we have to see if we can play this game, and we need to buy it immediately. Now...
Yeah, he literally bought it that night.
And I think we recorded it that day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As soon as I bought it. The January 21st release date is technically the full release.
Yeah.
And it was only on Switch.
Okay, only on Switch.
It only came on Switch. It's on PC. It was coming out, I wouldn't say bi-monthly. I didn't look this up, but like the creator was going through chapters. He went through 5 chapters, but he was making it... Because this developer, he only did it himself. He had no help.
He's like the sole creator. He did everything.
Yeah, so game. And then he is... So he took his time, and he's like, okay, here's chapter 1.
It took years to get this
I don't know when
out.
the first one came out. Was it like 2017 or something? Or 2018?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that.
Yeah, so the developer, it was kind of like episodic, where he was like, okay, here's chapter 1. While I work on chapter 2 for a couple more months. Here's chapter 2. While he works on 3, 4, and vice versa, and etc.
It came out, the first chapter came out August 16th, 2016.
16! Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
My sister's been watching it for years, so I knew it's been out a while.
And we did finish it. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
We had a great time with it.
Holy crap. And I gotta say, if you guys don't even get to watch it, the one thing you need to watch is our Baloney Files.
Yes.
It's a compilation of one episode that we did called The Baloney Incident. And that's all you need to know about baloney.
Yes.
Just watch that, and if you're not intrigued at that point of Sally Face, then I don't know. I mean, it was really fun.
Well, maybe it's not your cup of tea.
It definitely turns into something that I was not expecting.
Oh, yeah.
Because by chapter 1, I was like, okay, I think I got this pegged. But then, like, they kept doing time jumps.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kept changing up the story a lot than I thought. Like, after chapter 3...
But it all still connects.
It does, which is really great.
Yeah.
I had this expectation of something way different, where I was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to hunt some ghosts. Does not go the way I planned.
Expected.
After, like, chapter 3 is when everything changes.
Yeah.
Like, chapter 4 is like, it's so different. Not for a bad thing. It was really good. I loved it. And it definitely went places that I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice that they're going to continue Sally Face. I don't know if that's a spoiler. They're working on a sequel. So
He's working on a sequel. Yes.
There's no spoiler to that. I'm not spoiling anything because nobody knows unless you've watched the
If you watched it, then you're right along here with us. But
yes.
It's not nobody that you're not disappointed with any possible spoilers we just said.
But there's a sequel. I don't know if they'll call it Sally Face 2. Or, they might do a subtitle or something. I don't know. We'll see. But that is great. I love that franchise. Thanks to you for showing it to me.
You're welcome.
So, alright. I got the next one.
Okay.
This might be a quickie. But Cyber Shadow, which came out on January 26th. Now we played one stream of it because Ben suggested we played it because he really wanted to see us play it and give it a shot. Thankfully, it was on Xbox Game Pass. So I didn't have to buy it, which was nice. I think it's still out on Xbox Game Pass, so if you guys are interested, it's like a Metroidvania-esque type of, like a Ninja Gaiden. It's it's a really nice retro 2D side scroller game where you're a ninja. That's basically it. It was a really nice time. I was having a lot, like, it's very hard. Like, that's how those old 2D style games were back in the day too, especially Ninja Gaiden and some of the Metroidvania, Castlevania. That's what we call Metroidvania. Metroidvania is a spin on Metroid and Castlevania. So Metroidvania is how they call it. So if you ever hear me say that, or if you hear other people say that, honey, that is
felt like maybe Castlevania was one of the reasons why I didn't want to just assume anything.
No, you were assuming correctly.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like a mesh, because Metroid did the same thing, Castlevania. So it's kind of like meshing those two genres,
yes,
or those two series together into a word, which has been used countless times ever since now at this point. But yeah, it's like a Metroidvania-esque Ninja Gaiden game. So it was really hard. Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, that's fun.
I don't remember any highlights in that game other than, like, it was really difficult. Yes. But I got pretty far, and then I was like, you know what, that's a good stopping point. So, you know, I know that was a quickie and a goodie, so we're just going to head on to the next one.
Okay.
Because we have plenty to say about this one.
Now on to February 11th of this year. Little Nightmares 2 came out.
Go on.
It was fun.
Wow.
No, I really enjoyed it.
You still like the first one more, or the second?
Oh, like, there's always something special about the first ones. Because that's what gets you into all this stuff.
There's always that, like, genie in a bottle.
Yes, exactly.
Not that I'm saying the second one didn't have something of the sort, but...
It was great, and boy, the ending... Well, quite an ending.
Yeah, the second one was so fun. We did
don't want to spoil anything, so...
I think that was the demo came out in January when we
played that demo. I mean, I know it wasn't our best video because we didn't have the best internet at that time.
Yeah, and we were streaming. It was the first time we streamed the demo. Like, it was like, I think it was one of our first episodes we streamed.
We streamed here.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So, which was fun.
Yes.
It was really nice and fun. And then I think we just recorded it after that, because I love doing this, where I do a death montage at the end of all of the episodes.
Oh yeah, I love your death montages.
And we did that. We didn't do that with Little Nightmares 1, which sucks. I wish
if
we went back.
If we could go back, we would do that.
If we did a revisiting, I would totally do a death montage for that. That'd be so fun. And the death montage thing came from Limbo. Because I kept dying so much. No, you played it.
I played it.
And it was so funny seeing how many times you died. And I was like, I need to put a compilation in for your death. And then at that point, it was in for Inside. It was in for Little Nightmares 2. I don't know if we did it for anything else, but I think it was mostly the side scrollers, you know?
Yeah. Okay, but anything else with that kind of, like, feel... We'll do more death montages.
Yes, we will. We definitely will. So yeah, that was really fun. The game was really fun. The whole experience with that game. I think they Otis, it's okay.
It's okay.
I think they did a really good job with the lore, adding more lore to the story. They did a good job with... I think they upped their ante with, like, some of the horror or disturbing people.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
but
the teacher.
Oh my god.
The fucking teacher.
She was terrifying.
Every time she would unhinge her neck like a snake.
It was just a stretchy neck.
Yeah, stretchy neck.
Armstrong neck.
She basically was like Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four, just stretching his neck. And it was so... it looked like it was like... It didn't look like elastic. It looked like she was like stretching it and like bones were like... it looks like her bones were just like...
It was very... disturbing, and how she would chase you with her head.
Oh, it was so... And I remember dying a lot from her. That one was a really... Oh, and the traps in that in the school and stuff I kept dying from. It made a good montage.
It really did. Another one I want to mention is, like, the doctor.
Oh my god.
He was scary, but...
No, the mannequins! You cannot talk about the doctor without talking about the mannequins.
I wanted to say how he crawled around on the ceiling like a spider.
Yeah, that was creepy. And how big he was.
Yeah.
And then the mannequins.
That's everybody's nightmare.
I mean, the one thing I hate and it started with Doctor Who for me. It was the Weeping Angels. The Weeping Angels are like the best creatures in that game, in that entire series.
Yeah.
But man, you turn away and that statue gets closer. It's just the same thing with the mannequin. Oh my god, it's just like there's something about it that's just so chilling and so like creepy and insane. I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the Doctor was terrifying, especially because anything that crawls on a wall.
Right, he's not on the ground.
Nope, he was hardly ever on the ground.
Yeah.
He always walked on the ceiling. Anything else we want to say about Little Nightmares 2?
Oh.
Watch it. Please watch it, because I think you guys will enjoy
Watch and or play.
Yeah, if you guys can't play it for whatever reason, please watch us play it, because it was really fun making, and I cut that really well. And the death montages I add at the very end. Stay tuned for those. They're really fun.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
And the music I chose for it is just kind of perfect, too, so...
Yeah, I helped you pick out that music for it.
Alright, next one, which came out the next day, February 12th, is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Wow, it's been that long now, huh?
Yeah, but I don't think we played it right then.
No, we didn't.
I think I kind of I was like, you know what, I want to get this game. And because it's like co-op.
You had me actually pick it up.
Yes, you did. I remember, did I give you my card or did you just buy it and then
I think I just bought it and then you gave me money afterwards.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was like, you know what, let's grab it. And I never played that game because it was on the Wii U. And like I said, and I think you guys have heard this 1,000 times, I never owned a Wii, I never owned a Wii U.
So he's never afraid.
I kind of jumped a couple generations of consoles because like I had GameCube. I remember GameCube because I loved GameCube.
I never had a GameCube.
And then I had Xbox. And then I had PlayStation. So I kind of just forgot about Nintendo for a while.
Yeah.
You know? So it was really nice playing Super Mario 3D World because it was a Wii U port. But then they added something extra which we haven't touched yet.
Yeah, we gotta get around to it.
Yeah, Bowser's Fury, which is like an extra DLC expansion to the game that kind of like adds a new area with Mario. It's a little bit different. It's more of like a single player, but they do add co-op.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, so that will be fun to play with you.
Oh.
But the Super Mario 3D World was like all these like, you know, traditional Mario.
No, I had great fun with the Super Mario 3D World.
Who did you play as? Was it Peach? Was it Peach or were you playing as like...
I can't remember now.
I think I was Mario.
Was that Luigi?
Maybe you're Luigi. Or Luigi.
He said it correctly that one time.
Just the once. I always called him Luigi when I was a kid because I did not know how to pronounce him properly, and no one corrected me until later.
Wow.
So I always knew him as Luigi. Luigi.
I always thought it sounded fun saying Luigi.
Luigi.
Luigi. Sounds so fancy.
Luigi just sounds like Mario's stupid brother. No, but I love Luigi. He's awesome, especially when we did like Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that was so fun. We never recorded that.
We streamed the beginning of that.
Oh yes, we did
last year.
On our October thing. Yeah, that was
it.
But yeah, that one was really fun because it felt more like you could work together in those games, but then it was also a little bit competitive, being like who got the most coins and points and stuff. So, and then whoever got to the finish line first, you know, like because you get more points if you get there first. So it was kind of nice that there was some kind of competitive thing. I don't know how it would feel with 4 players. I'm kind of curious. With 2,
I think it's crazy with 4 players.
Yeah, everyone on the screen would have been insane. But I think I like it with 2. I don't think it's too much and it's not too little. So,
well, shall we roll on to our next game, or do you have more you want to say about?
No, I think it's really fun. I wouldn't mind playing more. And Bowser's Fury is a nice add-on, too, that we could play at some point, too. So we got plenty of content to come back to. Some of these games we've not finished.
Yes,
which is crazy.
Indeed.
Some of them we have finished all the way, but yeah. But you know what? I'll let you get to the next one, because I think it's a goodie.
All right. On March 26th, It Takes Two came out. Which we both say is our game of the year.
It's still game of the year for me.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed that game with you.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I really enjoyed it.
as soon as
well.
I don't know why, but every time I looked at the trailers for that, I just smiled, and I just thought of like, this is gonna be fucking awesome to play with you.
Right?
Even though there were some dark tones to the game.
Oh yeah, there were definitely dark tones to the game. I'm still emotionally scarred from murdering that toy elephant.
If people don't know, the premise of the game so far is that the developers they did A Way Out previously, so that was a co-op experience, and then I think they did a Brother of Tale of Two Sons or something. I forget what the first game was that they made, but it was co-op. So like this developer team, they wanted to make games that are strictly for co-op. You have to play it co-op. There's no other way you can do it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really kind of cool concept, because not a lot of people do that now, where it's like it's required.
Right?
I know that kind of sucks and kind of, probably makes the sales not as good, but I mean, I hear it's been selling well. Like it's over 2 million sales
Are
already.
you going for a game this good? You're gonna find a way to play.
Yeah. And it was so fun. And it's about like this divorced couple.
This couple who's getting a divorce.
And the kid's not taking it too well, so she kind of wishes to try to fix their relationship, and they get turned into dolls.
Yes.
And I'll leave it there for story-wise, because it goes places.
Alright, yes.
What I loved the most about It Takes Two was that each level was different.
Oh my gosh, it was like a completely brand new game each level.
It was never stale.
Exactly.
It was never boring. It was so different.
We had to learn how to work together and to compromise on things.
And communicate. We had to
Yes.
communicate constantly, because we had to time our stuff. Like, okay, I'm going to jump on this thing. You have to get up there and grab, get onto the hook or something like that. It was great. And then each character did different things. So it's like we could go back and switch roles.
We could, and it'd be a brand new experience for us again.
Exactly, which was great, because I was for instance, I was flying a plane while you were fighting a fucking squirrel on top of the plane.
Yeah,
that's just an example. And you were I was maneuvering and basically flying a plane while you were playing Street Fighter on top of a plane.
Yeah, it was insane.
It's insane that how much different things are in that game. And you're doing different things.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and I love it.
It's so creative, too.
And by the ending, it just felt like a Pixar film where we were crying.
Oh yeah.
Because it's so emotional. And how they leave it is great. They don't need to do any more to that game. They don't need to make, they're not going to make a sequel. No. But
they don't need a sequel.
No, they leave it at a really good high note, and it was great. We platinumed it together. That was your pseudo first platinum that we worked together really on. So it was really nice because we got the platinum together, on both accounts. So we got 2 platinums. It was really fun.
Yeah. I will never, ever attempt that Hell Tower ever again.
That was one moment that I was worried about the most. There was the one thing I was worried about the whole game was the fact that when the game came out, I was worried that it wasn't going to be your cup of tea. I was worried that you weren't going to be too good at it, but I was surprised that you were really good at the game. There were moments where
sweet.
Especially with the mini games. The mini games, you were all you beat my ass on a lot.
I was very competitive with those mini games.
Those mini games were so fun, though.
Yes.
Because you can miss... We missed a couple. We had to go back and do them off air. I think we only missed 2, but there's 25. And there's chess. There's a racing game or skating game where you can skate on ice. There's a whack-a-mole game where I was the mole and you were the whacking. You were doing the whacking. So it was crazy. I love that you enjoyed it. I love that you were, and I didn't mean to doubt you. I thought you were going to have a hard time with this.
Right. So, I really thought so too. I thought it was going to be absolutely horrible.
I'm really proud of you on that.
You're such a good gamer, and we've had instances in the past where I just couldn't handle playing with you, but
I was really patient with you on It Takes Two.
And that's what I needed, was patience. So. And
I gave you that, and I think I've been better because I know how you work now. So.
Yeah.
So I apologize with my behavior in the past. So hopefully
I accept your apology.
Now moving on, May 7th which is one of my upcoming ones I was really excited about, other than It Takes Two. Resident Evil Village.
Oh, yes.
Man, I enjoyed doing that game with you.
That was
whole
fun.
experience, like, it was crazy. I mean, I loved playing, because I haven't done much Resident Evil on the channel, especially before, we incorporated you into it and changed our username and everything, our entire channel name.
Yeah.
But like I did Biohazard, or I did Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and then I did a little bit of Resident Evil 5 with Mouse. But yeah, other than that was it. And then I was really excited for this upcoming one because it was a continuation of 7 to 8, obviously, because that's what they call it. I mean, you can call Resident Evil 8 Village or Resident Evil Village because the 8's inside the VII of Village or something. It's so weird. It's so weird how they do it, but it was kind of clever. I kind of like how they did that. But yeah, Village was really great. How about you talk about Village and your experience with it? Because I played it, yes, but you were experiencing it as a backseat gamer.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I absolutely loved that whole gothic atmosphere of things. Vampires, werewolves. It was singing my song.
What I loved about it is, I know you watched 7, right? You watched all of 7.
Oh yeah.
So what I loved about 7 was kind of like a soft reboot. So I didn't need to like show you 6 other games to be like, hey, here is the lore, catch up on it. Like, do your best. Because there's actually more than 6 at this point. There's over 20 games that you could play to add more lore to the story. But yeah, what I thought was like I really loved was 7, and we did talk about it on a previous podcast where we talked about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And 7 and our thoughts and theories on it, which was kind of nice talking about that. And
that was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice, and we had a guest star, Jay. And then but it was really nice talking about that. And how I love that it was a soft reboot.
Yes.
To the franchise. So you could come in and still enjoy it. And I think you had some characters that you knew that carried over from 7 to 8 that you actually gave a damn. Where you're like, okay, crap.
Yes.
So it was nice. And then obviously new characters. Who was your favorite character? See, people talk about Lady D as like the highlight. But I gotta say, Lady Benedito...
that's her name, yes.
That whole section, and I'm not going to spoil it.
I loved that. That was probably my favorite section in the whole game.
Like that whole... Like, what was interesting is like each area you went in felt like a different vibe.
Yeah.
Like it felt like, yes, being inside a huge castle manor with a giant, tall vampire lady, that was terrifying at points.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel that threatened. But when you get into Lady Benedito, and we'll go into this more on a spoiler cast, but when you go into Lady Benedito, it is unnerving. It feels like an entire different experience. It feels crazy. And then there's obviously other points too where you go into a swamp area, and then, you go into this mechanical shop. They're great. They all feel different.
They're all great.
But man, that one hits hard. Like that, I will never forget that whole entire scene.
Yeah.
Going through that whole thing with you and finding what's down there in the house. It felt like a lot of PT vibes.
Yes.
It definitely does.
It was great.
I feel like they took some inspiration from PT at that point.
Maybe they did. So.
I'm sure they did, because you cannot tell me they didn't. If you guys know what we're talking about, you cannot deny that there was some inspiration from PT that carried over to Resident Evil. That's all I'll say. But yeah, great experience. I'm excited to see what they're going to go with in the 9th game. They're going to make a 9th game.
It.
They're going to.
Yes.
I'm interested to see where they're going to go, because it feels like it's a good cap, but like they could do maybe like something that kind of ties everything else together. Or, I mean, if that is it for that whole story with those characters, I'm fine with that. But I'm interested to see where they could go with how they leave things. Like, what happens next?
Yeah.
So, I'm interested. They could go any direction. I love that they did That was your phone.
Uh,
I love that they did kind of a first-person experience because that was entirely new when 7 came out. So I'm hoping they kind of stick with that.
if they're trying to do like a trilogy sort of thing, then it'd be stupid not to, I would think.
But we'll go more into Village later when we do a spoiler cast. When you guys want to see that, I'm not tooting my horn on when that's happening.
Maybe we could try to plan for a particular spooky month.
Ooh, you're talking about October now, huh?
Maybe.
All right. Okay. We could do it. We could kind of ease it in there and talk about it. I know it'd be like maybe a few months too late, but I don't care. It'll still be fun to talk about.
It gives people more time.
I think so. Because not a lot of people could play it, even though it was on last-gen consoles. So
yes.
I'm fine with that. But anyway, I think we'll leave it there for Resident Evil. Do you want to say anything about Resident Evil Village?
No, let's just save any more of that talk for the spoiler cast.
Alright, well then I will let you say the next one.
Alright, May 14th came a legendary game. Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
I'll let you start with that one. Let's talk about it.
That's my first Mass Effect experience. Is this particular edition that came out. Because you know me, I haven't played much throughout the years.
Yeah, it is a remaster porting over. The thing is, like, it was really hard to play the game any other way except buying it on last-gen consoles, like last gen. Like, I'm talking PS3, Xbox 360, because it was on those consoles, generations, but there was no definitive way to play them properly unless you had a PC, or Xbox did this thing where you could do backwards compatibility, but that was about it. So Legendary Edition is something everyone's wanted, where it was the trilogy of the games together, because a lot of people love this series. I love it. I love the whole series. Now, we only played the first game and a little bit of 2.
Yes.
Like, maybe an hour of 2, and that was it.
We haven't played any more beyond that.
Which I would love to keep finishing, because we made a amazing Commander Shepard, Witchley Shepard. What did you think of the first game?
I had fun with it.
Because I played it, you made the decisions. That's how we did things.
Yes, we did.
And how did you like that experience? And are you interested to see more?
Yeah, I mean, don't get mad at me, but I'm still not into it very much. But I did enjoy what I saw.
Yeah, the first game is more of lore building.
Okay.
And then the second game, which we got a little into because I love that intro.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to. It's a 10-year-old game at this point. I could spoil it, but I'm not going to. The opening game, like the first 30 minutes of that game, is amazing.
It's
jaw-dropping.
Jaw-dropping, yes.
And it's just like it set me on the course of like, okay, I am in this for the rest of the game now because I want to see what happens next. And I think the second game is more of like the characters. Because the characters you meet and that you build relationship with and that are on your team, I think that's the most important thing about Mass Effect 2, is the characters.
Okay.
Story's still great too, but like getting to know the people that's going to be in your squad
that's the big thing.
It's great. I love it. You're going to love all these characters, and then you get to do more romances in 2. Because 1 was a little bit limited to like 3 people you could only sleep with.
Yeah, and 2 of them were ladies.
Yeah, so it was like you didn't really have much of a selection. But in the next game was great, and I love this whole series. I think they leave it really well. A lot of people hated it,
really?
How they ended the game, to the point, and you don't know this, but to the point that when the third game came out, everyone was so pissed off of how it ended that they the developers had to make an expansion DLC for free to kind of elaborate more on the ending.
Oh.
Yeah. Because a lot of people were upset how it ended, so this DLC added more, I would say, it just added more context.
Okay.
Because a lot of people were upset about how it ended and they didn't understand it.
Well, shoot, you have to tell me how it ended.
Well, we could play it.
Oh, then months from now I will learn the answer.
Well, I do want to finish more. I do want to go into 2, and I want to do 3. That would be a great game to pick back up on streaming. I think that would be really fun. But we'll figure it out. We haven't decided what we're going to stream yet. I think we'll have a concrete answer pretty soon. So.
Okay, yes.
But anything you also want to say about Legendary Edition? What did you like? What did you like? What you didn't like?
That's great.
It was a great experience.
It was fun. I can't really pick out things that I really liked or disliked about it.
Who's your favorite character at this point in the story that we have played?
I don't know.
No one in particular kind of jumps the gun for you?
At the moment.
Okay. Well, we'll play more. I'm sure, too, you're going to have a better answer of who's your favorite characters.
I'm sure.
But yeah, we'll go into those later. But, let's carry on to the next one. June 15th. This was kind of a surprise for us. Strange Brigade.
Oh, yes. Strange Brigade.
We only played one episode of it, but the craziest thing was that we actually got a code for it.
Yeah.
From the developers. Developers gave us a code to play it on the Switch. Now, I think Strange Brigade was already out on other consoles and PC.
Oh, yeah, I think it came out a few years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, and it came out on Switch this year. The only reason I write this down is because it was really great playing it. I think it was a really great episode that we did. And that we got the opportunity for the very first time to try out a game that someone gave us to play. I think it was a really great experience.
That was pretty cool.
It was a really great premise. I would definitely want to get more people involved because it's like a 4-player co-op experience to play. And I think it's still fun as a single player, but I think...
I was having a good time watching you play it. Yeah,
it was really fun. It had that kind of Indiana Jones...
Yeah, which I liked.
Tomb Raider vibes, where you just explore these ancient area tombs, and there was puzzle solving, which I thought was kind of cool, like stepping on certain plates or shooting. The shooting certain objects was weird, but the standing on plates. I'm interested to see how they expand on the puzzles if I kept playing more, and I have been playing a little bit more off air. So I haven't gotten to more puzzles, but it was really fun playing what we did.
Yeah.
So
and plus, don't we fight zombies in there?
Yeah, there's zombies, there's spiders, there's all sorts
of things. That was really, really cool. I really liked it.
It's a third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter with you have magical abilities, you have guns.
Yes.
But then there's also puzzle solving when you get to certain areas to unlock to further explore the tombs that you're in. So I think it's kind of cool. I love the premise of it. Developers, thank you so much for letting us try the game out. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the next one because that one's a doozy.
Okay. Prepare your butts for this, everybody. June 30th, Doki Doki Literature Club Plus came out.
Go on.
Wow. It looks like this adorable little visual novel dating game. And... woo!
At the time of this recording, we are still getting them out. But we finished the game.
We finished the game, but you guys haven't seen it yet. But oh my god.
It's really fun. This game came out in 2017, but it just came to consoles this year. I write this down. A lot of these games that we've written down at this point have been remasters or ports, to next gen stuff. Which I know that's a cop out, but these are games that we've never played, and these are games that just came out this year.
Exactly.
So, you know what?
We didn't have the proper equipment to play some of these games before.
Yeah, most of these were on PC.
And we don't have a PC that can do these kind of games, or whatever.
Yeah, or I didn't have a Wii U, or I didn't have a Wii, or,
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
It's all these things where we didn't have the proper equipment, and Doki Doki is an interesting one. I have heard about it since 2017. I've heard about its success. I've heard about its talk about, the talk about stuff.
I didn't never heard much about Doki Doki except for the trailer for the game that you were showing me. which claimed that it was the most terrifying game that people have ever played.
I feel like that drops the ball. Like the new trailer for Doki Doki Club Plus. If you watch that trailer, it literally says it's a psychological horror.
But I went into the game still not knowing much about it, and I had no clue what I was in for. I thought it looked cute, and I was like, what are they going to do to make this scary? I was not expecting that kind of stuff. I thought they were just going to get creepy with us. It went so much deeper.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. And then the plus side to it is that they added more content.
Yeah.
Which we are still going through.
We're still going through that part of the game, so we haven't finished the DLC part.
Yeah, the DDLC DLC. But yeah, it's really fun. At the time of this recording, your phone's going off.
Hand me my phone.
At the time of this recording, it's not, you guys haven't seen all of it yet. We have it all done. It's all going out slowly, drip feeding out into the channel, but it's really fun. Please watch it. It's really good. We do amazing voices
Listen
for
to our reactions. You won't be disappointed. So actually, if you like hearing screaming and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it was really fun. I don't know. I did leave a warning on the episodes that are the most disturbing.
Yes.
Because I didn't want people to come in and not expect it. But I wanted to at least let people know there is going to be some disturbing stuff at the beginning. There was a couple episodes where I write disturbing content.
So sorry.
I do write a warning at the very beginning. So you guys will expect that when it comes out at the time of this recording. So, Doki Doki, really great visual novel. It's very different because I've never played a visual novel before. So it was just something that I was interested in because of how much of the talk there was about it. So we will talk more about it later because I think that would be a great spoiler chat to talk about that whole experience and our expectations of it and what we thought about it. So until then, next one we have is on July 16th, Skyward Sword HD. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, to be precise, sorry.
Which we had just recently started playing.
We're actually still playing it right now, so I thought we could talk a little bit about what we've played so far. The fact that I've never played this game. This is our first Legend of Zelda game on the channel.
And this is really my first Zelda game.
Yeah, and you've seen Zelda. You know of Zelda.
I've seen a little bit of Breath of the Wild. I've seen just like little clips of Ocarina of Time.
And Majora's Mask.
And Majora's Mask, yes. But really, I have really no experience with the Zelda games other by just seeing little snippets in passing.
I've played a handful of them from the N64, GameCube, but I never, like I said, never owned a Wii.
Yeah.
So when Skyward Sword came out, I wasn't interested. It came out around the time of Skyrim, the same time, like around a week apart from each other, and 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Jesus. I'm old. We're old. But yeah, Skyrim was like my life in 2011 at the end of the year. So Skyward Sword kind of wasn't on my radar, and I didn't own a Wii. So, never played it. I did hear about it and how people enjoyed it. I heard a lot of flack about the motion controls. But as we've been playing it, it's been a really delight playing it. We have Grumble.
Grumble. That's
our name. It's been so fun playing that game.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great time.
It feels so different than... it feels more linear from the old Zelda games before Breath of the Wild made that huge jump of open world, here you go. But you can kind of see some of the ideas that Skyward Sword had that kind of bled into or like manifested into what Breath of the Wild is, which I think is really great for them to, add these ideas and then expand upon them later in future games. So it's just weird going back after already playing Breath of the Wild to a more linear experience. I enjoy it. I kind of missed it too. Yeah. And it's just been so long, and we're not going to get Breath of the Wild 2 until later, into next year, if not even 2023. So it's really nice playing. It's really nice playing the Skyward Sword with you. And I got to say, the motion controls, They're not that bad.
Oh yeah, he's been having a great time. The only exception is with the flying, right?
Yeah, the flying is a little tricky, so I switched back because they gave an interesting, like they did do some quality life improvements to the game that a lot of people were upset about. Like, oh, it's coming on the Switch. Well, what if I have a Switch Lite? I can't take off my Joy-Cons, so what are you going to do about that, Mr. Nintendo? So they're like, button controls, obviously, and the button controls work really well, too. But I really wanted to try to experience it,
like how it was originally
intended. Yes. So having the motion controls, I don't think is that bad.
Yeah, he hasn't had a problem with it when it comes to the sword, at least.
Yeah, swinging it is great, and having a shield up and stuff, I think is fine. So unless it gets later on where I'm going to get frustrated and I just switch to button controls, well, we'll see.
But
we're really early on.
We'll learn down the road if that happens.
Yeah, it's really fun. It was kind of an impulse buy for me. I wasn't actually that interested to play the HD version.
Really?
I mean, I was like,
what changed your mind?
Well, one is the impulse buy that, hey, I saw the Joy-Cons. If you guys haven't seen, I did an unboxing of Skyward Sword with the game and the Joy-Cons. The new Joy-Cons that just came out. They're Legend of Zelda ones. And it was kind of like I went to the store just as a gaffe where I was like, I saw them and I was like,
yeah, you went for another reason to the store and they just happened to be there, right?
Yeah, they just happened to be there, and I don't even know why we went to the store now. I think I had to go.
Yeah, you went with the Elven Donut.
Oh, I had to go get lighter fluid.
Ah, yes.
And then I realized, I was like, you know what, let's go check the electronics real quick. And I saw the Joy-Cons, and then I saw the games. I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to get these Joy-Cons, I might as well experience it with the game.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to do it. So I called you immediately,
yes,
and you said, and you gave me approval to buy both. So, because that's what you got to do, is you got to ask the wife for the approval first before you buy something, and then she yells at you later.
Exactly.
And you didn't yell at me, and now we're playing it, and it's really fun, and we're enjoying it. Anything else you want to say about Skyward Sword? Because I feel like I just talked about the whole damn experience. I cannot wait to see what else there is to this game, because I'm already enjoying all the characters. Zelda's amazing. I love our Grunkles that we made. I love Groose is kind of an interesting character to voice. We've been doing voices, by the way. So if you guys want to see our voices, how we do a Zelda voice, how we do everyone else in there, please watch it. Yeah. So far, we're doing a great job. So anything else you want to say about the whole game?
No, I think we pretty much covered it so far.
You're excited to see more of it, though?
Yes, I am definitely looking forward to seeing more of it.
I'm hoping we can finish it, because this is great that this is our first one. And, not spoilers, but it is part of it's the first game in the timeline of all the Zelda games.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. So I'm like, you know what? It's kind of fitting, too, that this is our first Zelda game on the channel. And the fact that it's your first one, and that it's the first in the timeline. So it's kind of nice. And it makes me really excited to try out maybe some Breath of the Wild with you.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that.
That would be really fun to try. So that will be something we do. Breath of the Wild is going to be on the list at some point. Don't know when, but maybe when we have a concrete release date for 2, maybe.
Okay, then can prepare.
Yeah, I think it would be more preparing for me being like, I want to play this game again, and you have not seen that much. So let's play it. Let's do it. And it'll be really fun to play that whole damn game. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Because I remember I have sunk like almost 200 hours into that game. I bought a whole Switch for Breath of the Wild.
I remember that.
So I can't wait to see more of this game. It's nice getting that Zelda itch. It's really nice. But you know what? We haven't finished it, so I can't really talk more. Maybe at some point we'll do a spoiler cast, but we'll let you guys know in the future when that is. Let's do the last one.
The last one.
The last one.
On July 28th, Trigger Witch came out. It's a shoot-'em-up witch game.
It's a twin-stick shooter. We played it a month ago on this amazing thing, and I always keep saying it's amazing. I love what Xbox does.
Oh, because it's really cool.
Yeah, so Xbox does this thing, and they've done this for a couple years now, where they've done these Summerfest demos, where because obviously with the Cabbage Patch disease still out and about, and not everyone has gotten their cabbage on their heads.
Cabbages!
They not a lot of people can go to conventions anymore, and Xbox can't like show off games as much, or especially the hidden gems.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice that they get to highlight like a good almost 100 games and say, hey, these games are awesome. Please try them out this week. And the first one we played immediately was called Trigger Witch.
Yes.
And it's this awesome twin stick shooter, a Zelda-like game, because it gives me so many Zelda vibes from a Link to the Past.
Okay.
Like the 2D top-down Link to the Past games. Like it gives me those vibes, especially with Trigger Witch. And it's like this world where you have all these witches that don't use magic anymore. They instead use guns.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be a really cool idea, and you love witches, obviously.
Obviously.
And it's co-op. So that was like, I was like, this is perfect. And we're only in the early-ish game of it so far, so we can't really speak more because we're still working on it. But I wanted to talk about it because it's such a great experience playing that as a demo.
Yes.
And then now playing the full release. Like immediately when it came out, I was like, we have to buy it. I'm sorry. We have to play it.
We knew we were going to buy it after we played the demo.
Exactly. So it's been really fun playing that game so far. And it feels really, I would say, well, you enjoy it, right? It's really easy to play for you.
I like I said, I'm not the best gamer, so I still don't hit everything that I want to be hitting. But yeah, no, I've been having great fun with it.
I enjoy that. I enjoy that we're playing it together, and I can't wait to see what happens because I've been hearing nothing but good reviews about it, and especially there's a kind of like a twist. I don't know what the twist is.
Yeah.
But that's just what I heard. I heard like it's such a great experience and it's really easy to play and it's fun and it's a really good time. And we've been doing voices on that too. I love doing voice games with you.
Yeah.
So we can, kind of put our own something on top of the game,
Yeah, sort of make it more our own in a way.
Yeah.
Experience for ourselves.
Is there anything else you want to talk about Trigger Witch?
Well,
this is our last game.
This is our last game we're talking about, but we haven't gotten very far into it as of recording this podcast. So, we'll just have to wait to see what it unfolds from this game.
Alright, and then maybe at some point, if it's that well for us, maybe we could talk about a spoiler cast or something. I don't know, that'd be interesting.
I think it'd be great to talk about some of these other games in their own special episode in our podcast.
That would be cool.
We definitely need a Doki Doki episode.
Yeah, I agree. That needs to be an entire podcast, is to talk about the whole experience with that game,
Yes.
That will be fun, especially when we get to Village. It takes two. I mean, when we get to by the end of this year, which is me segueing into what our next podcast might be.
Episode?
Our next podcast episode. I like by the end of the year, I do want to talk about what's our game of the year.
Yes.
So I think that will be a nice topic. But this is only a little bit over half of the year now.
Yes.
Our next podcast episode that I want to do is us talking about the future games that are coming out this year that we are excited about and that we want to play. Yes. If we can get to it. We're working on a list right now. May have a guest star. Won't say who. I'll let you guys ponder that.
We already said that at the beginning, but...
Did we?
Yes.
Alright, if we did, then...
Oh, wait, we were talking about for a different episode.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, okay, I got confused.
Yeah. We may or may not have a guest star, so we'll see how that goes. Yes. But we do want to talk in the next episode about the remainder of 2021 on games that are coming out from August to December.
Yes.
So that will be our next episode. Is there anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Well, we'll leave it here, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to us on this halftime. And it's nice to be back.
It is nice to be back.
I love it so much. I'm sorry about the delay, guys, but I'm hoping you guys enjoyed everything that we've had out up until this point that while we were on break.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to keep updated,
What are you trying to say here?
If you want to be updated on our stuff.
If you want to stay updated on what we do and our stuff, then...
We have a Twitter.
We do.
We have our YouTube channel.
We do.
We have our Instagram.
Yes.
We have a Twitch, but we hardly use Twitch anymore, but...
We were trying to start streaming on Twitch before we went on break.
Yes. So,
but if you want to keep updated on any of our shenanigans before things come out, or when we live stream, when that comes back, whatever, definitely consider following us on Twitter and Instagram, because you'll learn a lot more there.
Yeah, we post every time we have something up. We post every time we go live on a stream. We post memes and just funny stuff occasionally. So
yes.
I would like to think we do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I cannot wait to talk about the next episode next time we're on. So
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you guys enjoyed this, please just, if you can, like it, subscribe.
Give us a follow.
Wherever you're listening to us right now. Thank you guys so much. As always, I'm Crazed.
And I'm Witchley. Grumble on.